Jai Narayan students. So now it's the time we are going to study the second poem, and the name of the poem is The Laburnum Top. It is written by Ted Hughes. So before giving the detailed description of the poem, let me tell you about the poet. So the poet Ted Hughes, his by name was Edward J. Hughes, was born on 17th August 1930, Mytholmroyd, Yorkshire, England, and died on October 28, 1998 in London. He was an English poet whose most characteristic verse is without sentimentality, emphasizing the cunning and savagery of animal life in harsh, sometimes in disjunctive lines also. His notable works include Birdie Letters, The Hawk in the Rain, and Crow. He also received Costa Book Awards in the year 1997 as well as in 1998. He was awarded with the title Poet Laureate from 1984 to 1998. Now, about the poem. The poem, The Laburnum Top, is a beautiful poem in which the poet has used the laburnum top and goldfinches as a symbol of life and its fluctuations. In this poem, the poet describes how the visit of a goldfinch changed the laburnum tree. The goldfinch transforms the tree and makes it come alive as the chicks of the goldfinch starts to rustle and chirp on seeing her. And once the goldfinch she leaves the tree, it becomes once again quiet and still. The laburnum tree, it symbolizes the pattern of our life in general, which is usually dull and inanimate. The goldfinch breaks the usual pattern and makes it come out lively. Without the bird, the laburnum tree was just like any other tree. In other words, we can say so that it is the attitude of a person towards life that makes life meaningful and worth living. Now, all of you, open your book, page number 31. The first thing which would come to your mind is, what is laburnum? So laburnum एक छोटा सा पेड़ है. It's a short tree with hanging branches. It has yellow flowers and its seeds are very poisonous. Now you'll be asking, what is goldfinch? So goldfinch is a small singing bird which has yellow feathers on its wings. Laburnum tree is also yellow colored and the goldfinch bird is also yellow colored. So I'm going to read out the first paragraph. The laburnum top is silent, quite still. Here, the poet is describing about the top of the laburnum tree, top part of a laburnum tree. The poet is telling that the top of that tree was very silent, it was very quiet. In the afternoon, yellow September sunlight. Here, the poet is describing the beautiful sunny autumn. Yellow September sunlight. It means beautiful sunny autumn. So, a few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen. Here, the poet is telling that the tree, it is laden with yellow leaves and yellow flowers in the month of September. Its leaves, they have turned yellow because of the autumn season, and during this season all its seeds they have fallen. Now come to next stanza. Till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup. Twitching means a very small movement. So here now the writer is telling that the laburnum top, it was silent till the small yellow bird arrived on that top. A suddenness, a startlement, startlement matlab amazement, at a branch end. So the amazement at the branch end, it could be seen very clearly. Then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt. Now here the poet has compared the alert, abrupt and sleek movement of the bird with that of a lizard. She enters the thickness and a machine starts up. Here bird has been called the machine. She has been called the engine of her family. So as she enters into the tree, the machine, it starts up. Machine means the kids. Of chittering and a tremor of wings and trilling. Chittering means the sound of baby birds. It started coming out. The machine, it starts. And a tremor of wings. Tremor means shaking. Shaking of wings was also seen. And trilling. Trilling means to sing a series of quickly repeated high notes. So as soon as she enters into the thickness of the tree, the machine starts, means the movement of the baby birds, it starts. They start giving out sound, shaking their wings, and a series of repeated high notes were to be heard. The whole tree trembles and thrills, means the whole tree was shaking violently. It is the engine of her family. Here it is being said as the bird. The bird is called as the engine of her family. जैसा कि आप सब जानते हो, just as the engine starts up the machine, engine जो होता है मशीन को start कर देता है, in the same manner her arrival in the nest has also suddenly started up the silent machine, that is the young ones. They have started chittering and making noise. She strokes it full. Strokes means add fuel. The bird, it enters and she gives fuel to the baby kids. Then flirts out to a branch end. After feeding the kids, after adding fuel to the machine, once again the bird, it moves out to the branch's end, showing her bared face identity mask. Bared means striped. Identity mask here means she is concealed behind the yellow flowers and yellow leaves. So here once again, after adding the fuel to the machine, means giving food to the babies, she moves towards the branch's end. There she was trying to conceal behind the yellow flowers and yellow leaves. So in this paragraph, just then a goldfinch alights on the laburnum tree. It makes short high-pitched sounds. The goldfinch had her nest in the tree and her chicks are resting in that nest. When the mother returns, a sudden movement was to be seen on the tree. Her little ones, they were quite excited when they noticed that her mother was there. Out of excitement, they started chirping. The cautious mother enters the tree with great care so that no other predator could come to know that her babies are uh, living in that nest. The poet here has compared the alert, abrupt, and sleek movement of the goldfinch with that of a lizard. Here, once again, the goldfinch has been called the engine of a family. Just as the engine starts up the machine, her arrival also in the nest has suddenly started up the silent machine. The young ones, they have started chittering and making noise. By feeding her young ones, she had added fuel to the machine, and as a result, the chicks now they have the energy to be active and to make noise. So after feeding her chicks, the goldfinch she flies up and rests at the end of the branch. Her identity was concealed behind the yellow flowers and yellow leaves. Now come to third stanza. Then with a delicate whistle chirrup whispering. A means strange. So now a short strange cry, after making a very short frightening cry, she launches away towards the infinite. Launches means flies away. Infinite means sky. So after making a short strange cry, she flies away. She flies away towards the sky. And the laburnum subsides to empty. Subsides to empty means once again becomes silent, just as earlier. So after making a strange cry, she flies away into the sky, and once again the whole laburnum tree, it becomes silent just as it was earlier. So in this stanza, after some times, the goldfinch, it makes a strange short sound. Then she flies away towards the infinite sky. The laburnum tree becomes silent again after the departure of the goldfinch, and everything seems to be the same as it was before the arrival of the goldfinch. So that was the explanation of the poem. I hope you would have understood it. Now comes the time when we need to discuss about the poetic devices which are being used in the poem. Here, the first device which is used is simile. Simile is a device which, when one thing is compared to another, here the bird is being compared as sleek as lizard. The second device used is metaphor. Metaphor is a word or phrase that is used to represent something else. And here, engine of the family. The bird has been called the engine of the family. So here metaphor is used. Alliteration. Alliteration, it is a figure of speech in which a number of words having the same first consonant sound occur close together in a series. The second line of your poem, September sunlight, here S is the consonant which is repeated, and that also together in a series. So this is alliteration. The next figure of speech is onomatopoeia. This is the figure of speech. A word is formed from a sound that is similar to it. That is chittering. Chittering is the sound and the word is also similar. The next device is transferred epithet. This we have already discussed about in the first poem. And here in this, her bed, face, identity, mask. Here the device is being used, transferred epithet. I hope so this poem is now clear to you. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. Thank you.